Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. We got Aaron here. He done heard here. He heard the verdict. We got a couple things we're going to talk about today. Before I get into the matter of fact, go ahead and get your rounds off, dog. Drake Maye. The people out here, some people agree with us. Some people saying, "Oh, you don't. That's not. You don't know yet. You gotta wait." And this,
We do know. Check the tape. We got 8 years of film. We do this better than they do this. We know before they know. Before you know, we know.
no, is Drake May? Is he bust material?
He's this year's quarterback plant. They do it every year. We started calling this out maybe like 6 years ago, I think. But every year there's a plant in the draft that they try to push up the draft board. If you take him at two, you're gonna get your head coach fired. You're gonna get your because he's not gonna be able to. The output you're gonna get from him at two is not gonna be that of a number two overall pick. You're the second worst team in the league. You're not getting a special player at two. Now, if they were to take him at, let's say, 16, 16 to 20, I mean, 16 to 30,
30.
or in the second
Mhm.
round, like in a Derek Carr kind of space, because that's the output you're going to get from him is Derek Carr.
Mm.
You'd be fine. But when you take a guy at two, the expectation is going to be greatness. It's going to be greatness. You're not going to get the same feeling you got with Sam Howell, like, oh, it's just a guy. Like, no, he's going to get a lot of people fired if you take him at two. Period. And we've called out the plant every year before the draft. We called it out when it was Trubisky. We
I,
called
I
it
I did. Yeah, I did a whole video. I went through all of them, Aaron.
we called it
Sam
out when it was
Donald,
Zach Wilson.
Trubisky,
We
Zach
said Sam
Wilson.
Darnold wasn't on the board in the first round. Everybody got so mad. This is the guy. This is the next great coming. Where you at now? We do this better than they do this, so they can't really argue with us. If people were smart, they would listen and then go have conversations with people who don't listen and look like a genius.
Yeah, yeah,
But people are
yeah,
stupid, and they rather argue with us when it's 8 years of tape to prove that we do this better than anybody else does this. Our percentage of hit rate is higher than anybody else's.
yeah,
We
dog.
got two misses in 8 years, and the two
Ain't,
misses aren't people we
ain't really
slandered,
ain't even really misses for real.
right?
Because
Because
when
we
you
didn't
look at
slander Herbert the way we did Zach Wilson. We said no,
no,
he's undraftable, he's a bum. Same
yeah,
thing we said about
We
Sam
said
Darnold.
Zach Wilson's
Same
undraftable.
thing about Trubisky.
Yeah, yeah,
We just said that they're getting looked at differently, and what are the expectations when it comes to
mm,
Herbert and Josh Allen, or what has he
yeah,
done at Wyoming to
yeah. To
justify
make him,
Bama's talking about him the way that they're talking about him? But we
mhm,
didn't say this Bama's awful ass the way that we talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
Trubisky and Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold and some of the other guys.
yeah, yeah. This is the thing. Like Kenny Pickett, you know what I'm
Lamar
saying?
Jackson, we said he should have been number one overall in
He
that
said he
same
should have
draft,
been number
but we
one.
said he gets treated differently because of how he looks, how he talks. So he won't. We didn't even evaluate him in the same group as the other four because we knew how the NFL was going to treat him. And look what happened.
Mm.
He's the best quarterback in that draft. Every team passed over him, including Washington. You wouldn't be picking number two this year if you didn't pass over.
Wouldn't be picking number two. Then people like, no. Can we talk about the fans here?
They're dumb. We went over this before. So you could talk about them. I'm done talking about them.
Not all of them. Dog, my inner goodness, just it's gotta be some people out here that can recognize the logic. Go look at the game film. Go look at the game film. You'll see prob it's
They
not.
believe whatever boss man tells them, though, Harold. It doesn't really matter. These
Uh-huh.
people don't watch college football, especially not North Carolina college football.
Especially
So they
not.
just arguing stuff that they heard. Mike Mayock, not Mike Mayock, he don't do it no more. But
Yeah,
like, what's up,
Kel
Bama name?
Kiper.
Mel Kiper or Todd McShay, or they just regurgitating stuff they heard other people say. And because he started the year as supposed to be the number two guy, then they
No,
have
but
to
it,
finish the
but
year
it,
with
but
him.
it's but it's the thing too. Last year the Bama numbers they he cooked.
Did he
Then he
cook this year?
regressed. Dog, come on, you can't regress in college, dog. You
Not in college.
You got no. If I throw 40 touchdowns this year, I gotta throw 48 next year. Like you can't regress and go backwards.
If you throw 40, you can throw 35. You can't go to 20. What he had? 24? Man, cut his touchdowns in half. Stop it, Harold. Stop it.
Uh no, the Washington Commanders, they got a new GM. New GM. What you think?
I mean, this is the new hot guy that everybody's slobbering over, but I think
Adam Peters, dog. Assistant GM for the 49ers.
it's hard to evaluate an assistant GM ahead of time. So you got to give him time to come in, make his picks, put his imprint on the team.
Mhm.
Because you don't know, like they try to say Kyle's a genius. They've been saying John Lynch has been making all these great decisions. Where did like there's no way for somebody outside of the organization to know where
Yeah,
his
who
imprint is on
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
who
yeah,
he stood on the table for and say, "No, we don't want this person. We should have
yeah,
taken
yeah,
this
yeah,
person."
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
when you
yeah,
look at
yeah.
quarterback, they took Trey Lance. They had Jimmy Garoppolo. Like they accidentally ended up with Brock Purdy, and things ended up working out. So
Mhm.
with the number one pick almost guaranteed to go to a quarterback unless they trade back, you
Yeah,
gotta.
and he's been an evaluator for a very long time. So, you know what I'm saying? So, to say like what I don't know, it's just yet to be seen, dog. We just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm sure he's gonna be involved. Like
It
right
ain't gonna be
now,
that long. You just gotta wait till
Mayhew.
April. That's all you got to do is wait till April.
Yeah.
If they take May number two, I'm gonna know everything I need to know, and I'm out another 4 years. Y'all can play this
Like
game. I've been doing this since 2012. You know it because you was right here. I've been doing this since 2012. When I see that meter start going in a direction that's not football driven, and I see politics and all this other, I'm out. I'll see y'all 3 4 years.
you do it like the presidential election, dog. You just say when
Yeah, I'm out. I've been doing this for 11 years now. I'm out. Keep it
dog, do
football.
you
That's all. Keep it football.
keep it football? That's it. That's all we asking. Keep it football. If fans, and it's the thing, I don't want to attack people in
I
the
do.
comments.
Who want to fight?
I don't want to attack the people in the comments, dog. But you're not watching tape when you say stuff to me like a guy has straight line speed and
Huh?
he can't.
Let me guess, Daniels. That's what they say.
Hey,
No,
I just
no. All I
this
heard was
is
a segment of a segment of a segment of what you was about to say, and no,
hey,
no.
Aaron,
You can't make
these the
what Kevin
people
Samuel
that
say. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit
these
up.
these the these the people. When I hear this stuff, no, I don't even get offended
Send him
no
back
more
in the sewer with the
I
Ninja Turtles, dog. I'm done with these guys. Back in the sewer.
because I can't. No, when you say stuff like that, bro, and then you say he's not Lamar Jackson. Like, no,
He don't.
to me, it just lets me know that you know absolutely nothing about what you're talking about. But I don't want to say that because that's offensive. That's offensive, Aaron. For somebody to like give you a rationale for why they believe what they believe, and then you be like in
It's
your
called
mind, like as
cognitive
you
dissonance. That's what it's called. That's not offensive to you when people give you a BS argument that they pulled out of their ass based on whatever. Uh,
no, Aaron, can I ask you, no, when somebody says straight line speed, what the no,
Harold,
never said Lamar Jackson has straight line speed.
dog, they out of control, dog. They out of control. Put them back in the sewer.
No, yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know who you are, man. I apologize, dog. I'm not really trying to come, but it's like if Obama's a doctor and then people talking about like surgery or something they do, and it's just like they're like, oh yeah, when you had a scalpel like this, but they've never done a surgery ever in their life. They don't they've never done. It's
No, they
like,
don't have.
yeah, you gotta make sure you check the pulse. You don't want to kill them on the table, so
They
you
ain't
gotta
even
hold
play
the
the game
knife like yeah.
Operation, the little trait you had when you was a kid that light up his nose when you touch the wrong part. That dog,
No,
they
but
have
but
no
even
clue.
saying that, it's kind of offensive to them because to them they Madden like evaluation on Madden because they got they plays on Madden. They know, like it's like
But that's the thing.
You
They'll
can't
tell
tell
you
me I
you
don't
don't know
know.
what you don't. They'll tell you you don't know what you talking about when it
They
comes to
don't.
stuff. So why you feel bad telling them, dog? You don't know what you're talking about, or tell them put some money up.
No, ain't nobody gonna do no put no bread up on this boy Drake Maye, dog.
It's impossible to have watched more football than me as an adult. If you have kids, you're a liar. If you have a if you have a spouse, you're a liar. It's impossible to, as an adult, watch more football than me. It's
No,
physically impossible.
the thing is though, like I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I go to Aaron and I'm like, Aaron, dog, my eyes see this, but tell me if you agree because I know the Bama watch more football. Dog, he don't have no responsibility.
No, it's
Dog.
not humanly possible to watch more football than me. It's just not. You
So
can't lead a productive life and watch more. It cannot happen. The parlays is in. If football game is on, there's a parlay in. And it's a better than 50% chance that it's gonna hit. Just know that when you listen to the show. We're not making stuff up. We're not taking other people's opinions and spinning it around and polishing it up. This is what Bama's are seeing with their own eyes. And if you say nah, they can't be better than the other guys, go back and listen to just you don't even have to listen to the whole show. Go listen to around the draft time. Listen to let's say the 4 episodes before the draft for the last 5 years. And you're gonna come back and be like, why aren't you niggas running a football team? What? Not only that. What's the white boy up in New England that we said don't touch? Mac Jones.
Mac
All
Jones
had 44 touchdowns the year before he came out. All of the plants in the draft, we spot them out immediately, and
immediately.
we say do not touch. But what they do, they
Dude,
can't wait to touch it. They don't believe the stove is hot.
they don't believe the stove is
Bill
hot.
Belichick has lost his job after winning 6 Super Bowls because he did not listen to what we told these Bammers not to do. We said don't touch. He touched anyway. He got 6 Super Bowls. What do we know? Now he looking for another job.
The evaluation piece of it is so critical because you literally have to take everything out of it. It can't be no emotionally based decisions.
At all.
We it's happened, dog. And I just want to just say for the people out there, Commanders fans, whatever. Like it's happened to me, dog. I watched the highlight tape. I'm like, oh, this Bama.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, this Bama nice. He's like, dog, go back.
Go back
What
and
you
watch
always
it.
say? You
Watch this
just,
game. I'll say which
you
game to watch.
just,
Go watch
you
this
just
game.
say, you say, go back and watch the tape, dog. I know you hype. You seen the little X, Y, and Z. So I've learned and I've been conditioned to just not go with the fluffy, flowery thing you first see. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see the youngin online, you be like, oh, youngin job tough. You go to Instagram,
And
you see,
scroll, and you be like, oh
right,
no,
scroll.
she
You be like,
Pythagoras. She just know the angles. She Pythagoras.
oh.
She know all the right angles, though.
Yo, I'm just trying to tell you, and it's the thing. People don't understand how tough the psychology works in football. Is because if you got a billion Bammers telling you one thing in the media and stuff, that's why I don't listen to the radio like that no more. Because I listened to the radio the other day, and they told me this Bama Drake Maye was Tom Brady in the making, dog. They like this guy is it, dog. This guy is it.
You know why.
They say he it, dog. They say he'd be the best prospect over CJ Stroud if he was coming out with them and all like. I'm like, bro.
But for the same reasons, not because he's better at football. And they're kind of telling on themselves. Because if you say he would be a better prospect, you telling me he gonna be better than what CJ Stroud was this year? You're telling me your process is flawed when you say dumb shit like that. They think it makes him sound smart because now he has to outperform what Stroud did in his first year to be a better prospect, just to keep up with their evaluation. So they don't even realize when they're dumb to keep the dumb shit to yourself.
Got to, dog. It just, and granted, like I don't even know. This jump might come across Drake Maye desk, dog. He may see this jump like they slander me and stuff like that. We're not
It's not
saying that you're
slander.
gonna
We're
be
not saying
bad.
he's trash.
Yeah, we're not saying you trash. We just say you're not gonna live up to
The number two pick
number two pick in the track.
in
But
this town.
again, it's about money. So he ain't even got at the end of the day, the reality is if the Batman is a cold scrub, it don't matter because he gonna get every chance in the world.
Every
He gonna
chance.
get paid.
The fan
All of
base
the
gonna be
above.
behind them through all the failures, all
No,
the bumps in
he
the
just
road,
you,
all the
you know
lack
what
of
the
development.
hey, he just need more time. He gotta develop. You gotta get him a line. You gotta just draft some linemen and get him some more linemen. You gotta get him some help. You need a receiver. He ain't got no receiver. Terry McLaurin's the only one.
He
This
washed
and
up,
that. No, they're just gonna have a million and one. The same. No, first of all, they've had excuses for Sam Howell. The Bama Sam Howell just can't do it, dog.
said
I
it
mean,
from the gate.
it's just clear, bro. He can't get it done. But yet, I got Bama's texting me during work hours talking about we should just build around Sam Howell and just.
He's
I'm
not that
like,
caliber of
dog.
player. He's a solid backup at best.
I'm like, dog. If you took the youngin out to dinner 3 times in a row and you paid every time, dog, and she never offer, she ain't never gonna pay.
Never gonna pay out, and she ain't gonna cash out. Get
Dog,
another.
it's not happening, bro. So I don't know, man.
You do
I
know,
don't.
because like we go through this though every time, and then and this is the problem. This dude is what 20, 21 years old.
Mhm.
And it's not his fault. It's the same thing with a lot of these other situations. It ends up coming across like we have something against, or we rooting against these guys,
It's
and it's
not
not
that.
about them.
Mm,
It's about the system and the why, and the lack of it just being about football. Like,
mm,
you watch Caleb Williams play in real football games. You watch
mm.
Drake Maye play in real football games. You watch Jaden Daniels play in real football games. You cannot come out of with your eyes in 2023. You cannot watch the football games and tell me Drake May is in conversation for one, like they're trying to say, or even conversation for two. I would eat. There are other quarterbacks I would put ahead of him out of those, like beyond those three.
Yeah,
And this is why we like it's so easy to recognize these plants, because they're not even close to where their
yeah,
position should be.
yeah. It's like one of these players don't belong. You
Right.
just
One of these things is not like the other, though.
oh
What does
yeah,
he do better than Penix? Stay healthy. That's it.
that's it.
Penix is probably the most one of the most accurate college quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah,
And he didn't look that way in the championship with that
yeah.
pressure, but what quarterback? That's the excuse they use for Sam Howell, right? Pressure, right? The O line got to be better. The OC got to be better according to them, right?
Mhm.
So to me, it just when it becomes about something other than football, which it obviously is when it comes to all of these plants that they keep putting in the draft, whether it be relationships with agents, whether it be just something you like about the kid, whatever the case is, when it becomes about something other than football,
Different.
or things you dislike about other people, whether
Mhm.
it be Caleb Williams painting his nails, which even a lot of guys kind of in our circle like point
Hold
too much
on.
to that. I ain't saying that, because I'll go there quick. I'm not even. I'm just saying what things that these kids who are in 5, 6 generations away from us,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like them
It's just
culturally,
different. Yeah, it's
and they're
different.
different, and we keep trying to hold them to a standard of when we grew up,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
when people older than us grew up, and how like it's a different day. Like, how does the Bama look when he on the football field?
Mhm.
Caleb a straight cooker. Like, just period.
Mhm.
Nobody in this draft is in that conversation with him when it comes to slinging the rock. It's just
Mhm.
what it is. So when it comes back to being just about football, we don't have to have these conversations where it seems like we down in these Bamas who
Mhm.
haven't really done nothing to have Bama.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
real slander, because we
The
slander
thing,
Trubisky
yeah,
and we
we
slander
slandered
Zach
Trubisky.
Wilson.
Yeah, we
This
slandered.
is very
This is
different,
not that. That's not that.
because the Bama's not an incompetent garbage, but I'm
No,
not saying that. But
no.
he's not the number two, and he's nowhere close
The
to.
thing is, though, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if he was just like rated where he should be rated.
Right, exactly. That's the point. Keep it football.
Yeah, like if he was just not rated, like if he was rated where middle first to second,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
second, we would
We
just
would
be
be
like,
saying it's a
yeah,
value
that's
pick.
right,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
that's a
he
value
might be
pick.
an
Like,
underrated
yeah,
Bama in the draft.
exactly.
You
We
give him
would
a
change
couple
the
years to sit behind somebody, but when you take a Bama at 2, they got to play day one.
day one.
They got to
Day
be ready
one.
out
They
the gate.
gotta come. They gotta come in off break city and be showing all the qualities to take over the team.
And if he throwing 24 touchdowns in college at North Carolina, he not in the SEC. what the hell is he gonna do when he get to the NFC East? And you playing against that got them boys rolling in Dallas or Jalen Hurts in the Eagles
No, no, this is the thing though. See, a lot of people have a hard time understanding the translation from college to pros. Like it's a jump, and because they see certain players make it, they think that it's not that far of a gap. Like because
or
they see a CJ Stroud or they see people, they don't think that the gap is that far. But dog, that jump is a Red Sea. That jump is like,
and what they do too much, and this is what pisses me off. Like even about the comment you said somebody made in the comments about the straight line speed, and it's
mhm,
kind of like why I knew exactly who they were talking about and why
mhm,
they said it. They look at like Obama's body type or like look in the helmet. How does he look in a uniform and make comparisons that way versus the actual football. So it's like, oh, he kind of looks like he could be in the uniform of Justin Herbert or
yeah,
Josh Allen. Kind of like they see that and they start having these fantasies in their brain where they prop these plants up to draft. Like that's
yeah,
you're not getting Josh Allen, you're not getting Justin Herbert. You're just not.
yeah, no,
And look how long it took Josh Allen to become what he is.
yeah.
I don't know that you get that kind of a leash to be that bad as he was starting out.
That's what I'm. That's
Because
what
he
I'm
was worse than
saying.
Haskins here.
That's what I'm saying.
When you
But
look at the
this the
numbers
thing.
from the first
But
years,
but
he was worse than his numbers were worse
yeah,
than Haskins.
yeah. But people blink their eyes and they just it's like it's forgotten. Like now it's just like who I mean who Josh Allen
Josh
is
Allen, yeah,
now, and they
right.
be like, oh yeah, young. But they forget that first season because.
First 2
But
seasons.
but again, right? You know, when you're in that predicament and you pick the guy, you're gonna exhaust all options. But it just doesn't
You
happen
would
that
hope.
way all across the board. I mean, if
Right,
you Zach Wilson, it does. You know what I'm saying? We told the Bama's he was sorry and don't do it, and they did 3 seasons with him, dog, because they were trying to get as much as they could out of that rookie contract at the expense of their football club, at the
right,
expense of
because
where
it
their
cost them
defense
this
is.
year. If they got rid of him off the roster, and let's say Aaron Rodgers still gets hurt week 1, but you
Mhm.
have a competent number 2, or you're better prepared to have a number 2.
A Joe
You don't necessarily
Flacco is
lose. There
enough.
it is. You haven't completely lost your season the way you did this year.
Yeah.
But it's those decisions that cost people their jobs.
Yeah, and so this new regime coming in, we gonna find out if Adam Pease is what kind of evaluation he
Right away.
does because we do evaluation and we do it at a high level. So if he's matching up with some of the people we would have picked in these different spots when we do our mock draft, then we'll know the Bama know what he's doing. And sometimes, and just for the people, because I know people be like, y'all all pick the same person. No, 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 that's not how it goes. We may have different guys rated in certain spots, but at least we have some level of a baseline and know, like, oh yeah, like that dude, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Or there's some
And
rationale that's legitimately football based to make that decision if we disagree with one
right,
another.
and we have discussions based on what we're seeing, not
Mm-hmm.
just when on air, but because we do this for real. We watching the games, we're like, hey, such and such and such. Look at this game. Look at this. You know what I mean? Look at this. Look
Yeah,
at this.
yeah,
And so a lot of times we might come to a consistent consensus based
mm-hmm.
on multiple opinions,
Yeah,
watching different games, different discussions. It's not just pick a take and stick to a take. Because
yeah,
the
no.
best example I can give is we was like, nah, we'll pass on Justin Herbert because of his, because of different things.
Mm-hmm.
4 games into the season, he was my favorite football player. We don't make takes and then be
Yeah,
like these dumb
and just
idiots
stand on
and
it.
try to like just stand on the take or drive it in when
Yeah.
it's wrong. Like if a Bama outperform what expectations were or plays differently, Bama's don't have a problem saying, "Oh, this Bama cooked." Like
Mm-hmm.
this evaluation didn't work. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah,
I think that's the biggest difference where we're not kind of hamstrung into a
yeah, yeah,
terrible take or a bad take
yeah.
or even a slightly off take. We're not hamstrung into trying to like we was wrong, but we gonna wait for the one good game he had out of 10 good games to try to act like we wasn't wrong in the first place. And I think that's the difference between
Yeah,
what you'll see us do versus what you see the other people do. To the
yeah.
point where they're going out of their way to sabotage kids because people want to pretend like the media doesn't play a part in the politics of who plays, who doesn't play,
Uh,
who sticks around, who doesn't stick around, which coaches get fired and hired. Like that's a bigger driving force than the X's and O's 9 times out of 10, just from what we've seen over the landscape over the past 10
I
years.
mean, maybe they gonna leave Cakes alone, though. He looked like what's his name off of the Junkies, Lurch. Adam Peters. Maybe they leave him alone, dog. Maybe they'll leave him alone and let him rock because he looked like them. So
I mean, that's a big part of it. But when you take the wrong quarterback and so that's one of those decisions. If you take the wrong quarterback at 15, you can get out of that decision. When
yeah.
you take the wrong quarterback at 2, they're going to be forced to at least, if he starts, you got to start him right next year
Mhm.
because you took him at 2. This ain't play. You got to start him. So he's going to get 3 years at least of starting. And if you're starting the wrong guy for 3 years, you can't really evaluate the O line. You can't evaluate. This
Mhm.
is what they told us when the guys they didn't want to play were playing. You can't
Mhm.
evaluate the receivers, the O line, the play calling, any of it. So you set the franchise back 3, 4 years at least. And this is no different than when Dan was here, even though they're pretending like it's different. If you get the wrong quarterback, they could get the wrong GM, they can get the wrong head coach. If you get the wrong quarterback, you set the franchise back 4 to 5 years before you can even start over again with another quarterback and try again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the 49ers connection, could that mean Bobby Slowick is the new head coach of the Washington Commanders? The
So
offensive
everybody,
coordinator in Houston?
I would hope so over Ben Johnson because everybody's slurping Ben Johnson for whatever reason.
No, they
He's the new
love that
hot
spot.
guy. But
He's
I think
hot.
Slowick, I like what Slowick has done with a black rookie quarterback for one. Um, and he's
Mhm.
36 years old.
Mhm.
So I would be more inclined to think that would fit better to what the scenario that Washington's going to be in next year. You got the number 2
Mhm.
pick. You know you're going to take a quarterback, a rookie quarterback. He was able to have a tremendous amount of success with CJ
Mhm.
Stroud in Houston.
Mhm.
To me, that translates to bringing him up here and seeing if he could replicate that with.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind him being a part of the evaluation process of the quarterback. Let's
Mhm.
see if the GM is one of these ego guys, me, I'm the new GM, let me put my print on
Mhm.
it. Or is he going to delegate
Trust.
and
Trust.
allow the people
Yeah.
to to
Do
exercise
what they do.
their
Yeah.
expertise, which I would want the head coach, if they're a quarterback guy, offensive guy, to have a huge say in who the
Mhm.
quarterback is. More than somebody from the 49ers, I know that.
Yeah. Agreed. Martin Mayhew, are they gonna be fired, dog? I think you gotta let them Bama's go, dog.
He got a
They
relationship with Adam Peters, so I think he stays in some
oh
capacity,
my gosh, dog. I
whether
feel
that be
like that got
assistant GM. But he starts snitching on Ron. So one of the things we found out since Ron been gone now is that he's been hamstrung. See, everybody wanted to put it on everybody else. Ron got his hand in the pot, and he's been hamstrung. And I'm sure he has
that's what
records,
everybody say when you
but
we
that's
get
what
out of
Ron was
jail.
doing,
You get out of jail. Hey, dog, they had me on trumped up charges. Dog,
right?
dog they hit me. They put man. I wasn't even there. He had the gun in my place, dog. We was in the car and it was his gun.
But I'm sure there's records though. I'm sure there's records with
Uh-huh.
timestamps, whatever software they use. I'm sure it's not pencil and paper no more. So
No,
I'm
no, no,
sure they
no.
got timestamp evaluations that he can pull and be like, look, this was my evaluation. Ron or Dan, blame you can blame anybody at this point
Yeah, you can blame
because it's
me.
because they clearing
All
out
of them
clearing
Babbitt's
out.
gone.
Yeah,
That's what they do, dog. When Babbitt don't work here no more, they just like, yeah, that was such and such. Yeah, like yeah, he don't work here no more. So, I
right.
mean, we
It
just
was
got to
him.
pivot and move
Even
forward.
if it's a bold faced lie, you know what I mean. So because of the relationship,
uh-huh.
I don't know that he necessarily blows him out, Pauls, but
Okay.
I don't care either way. Like it's a new guy in charge. It's not Ron.
No, I just want
I'm gonna
all
be patient
no. When we
in
get
that
the
regard and
if
wait
we
till
get
April.
if we got the irrigation in here, let's just clear the whole apartment out, dog. Let's get everything, all the old furniture, everything got asbestos in it. Get
But
it out of here,
but
dog.
you can't overcorrect based on being a DC fan. If you go look, so you got to do your homework though. You go, let me see the evaluations. What you had for so and so, and
Mhm.
he got. I had this guy as
Yeah.
a second or third round pick, but Ron took him anyway. Then at a certain point, you got to be like, if you got
Okay.
Bama's who can spot talent, you want him in your building. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
funny.
listen to the
I agree.
fans and just
Agree.
be
Agree.
reactionary.
Agree. And you're right. We don't know have that much information to know who's making
Right.
the final say to be able to say this Babby don't know what he's talking about.
And I don't
But
trust Ron.
some of the comments that was coming out of the pressers, it just seemed like you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going off of that more so than like, I mean, I know it's different coaching and actual evaluation is different. But it seemed like he was on that same dinosaur philosophy as Ron was, and maybe he was just saying that to just save face. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah, because Ron was in charge, so I'm giving everybody a pass, damn near, except
Okay.
how, um, just based on Ron being in charge.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying the Bama's good or not. I'm just saying I don't know. Like you
Hmm.
got to go to the footage and see what the Bama was doing behind the scenes. What do his evaluations look like?
Hmm. Yeah, we gonna find out, bro.
And he
When's
not
the
in charge.
draft?
It ain't his call. So it don't like if you see this Bama's giving you garbage
Oh
evaluation
yeah, yeah.
or
He
stuff
just
that deviates too far from what you got, then you like,
discard.
yeah, gotta go, gotta go.
Oh, dog. NFL draft. When's that?
In the
April?
it's second week
April
of October.
28th?
And where is it? They need to put it back. They'd have it in Vegas
It
every
was
year.
in Vegas. I thought it was
I thought last year was in Vegas. This was in
uh
Hart Plaza. What the hell was that?
yeah, Hart Platte campus, Martius Park. Where I don't
Detroit, Michigan. No, I'll pass.
oh
I'm good.
dog, the Motor City.
I'm good.
Duh, yeah, April 27th, dog. I mean
That joint should
April
be in Vegas
25th.
every year. Just put
It
that joint in
should
Vegas every year
it should be, dog.
and
I
turn
ain't
it
gonna
into like an event, dog. Keep that joint in Vegas.
yeah, just like they do the draft in Indianapolis every year. Just do
Oh, the
yeah, just
combine. Yeah, keep it
yeah,
every year.
yeah, the combine, yeah. Yeah, they should just do it in Vegas area. Dog, Detroit, boo. If they bring the Joe here though, I'd be size.
I'll be size. When they get the new stadium, they'll probably do it. But they ain't doing that with the current infrastructure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, we gonna see. Follow us at OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. Share the show. We out.